Hello everybody, this is SeetherTalks here, and welcome to another episode of SeetherTalks. Today's episode of SeetherTalks is going to focus on a very touchy subject matter, and that subject matter is going to be on mental health. So if you guys are kind of sensitive or not really interested or simply just don't want to hear about this subject, then please skip this video. But to the people who do want to continue watching, know that this will probably be the darkest and most serious stuff that I will probably ever talk about in a video of mine. So I'm going to try avoiding the use of jokes and lighthearted music because of the sensitivity of the subject matter for today's video. To get started with why I want to discuss mental health within the furry fandom, I felt that many of the people that I've met within the fandom are very expressive about personal issues and also of expressing emotion. And when I say expressing emotion, I mean that when someone gets angry, they express that anger. When they're upset, they'll express vividly that they're upset. I'm not trying to paint this as either a good or a bad thing. Everyone in the world is unique and different when it comes to expressing emotion, and I just feel that most furries I know of are very expressive of such when times are tough. Usually in the past when I go onto Skype or Discord or Telegram to either voice or text chat with other furries, the other person will on occasion be very cool to someone when times are tough. A lot of the time it can happen out of nowhere and they just recently had something happen or they had been building up their frustration or sadness involving something and then it just explodes onto the other person. To leave a little disclaimer here, I'm not saying that I've never done this before. Back when I was younger I used to be very easily upset and would break down in front of people a lot, but now that I'm older, I tend to keep my emotions hidden from others for the most part. / not tell them about what's bothering me most of the time, which I don't think is necessarily the right way to express emotion. That's just what I chose to do. A common stereotype that some normies, and even some other furries, tend to say that furries are super overdramatic and are nothing but a bunch of hypersensitive crybabies. Which I respect others for having that opinion, but I feel like the reason a lot of furries tend to start drama / have a lot of emotional problems that a lot of other people on Skype and Discord tend to witness is because when you're online and you don't have that physical face-to-face interaction, it tends to give you more encouragement to be more expressive of emotion because you don't really have to worry that much about the consequences of doing so, because for the most part you're anonymous online. Another reason for that is because in regular everyday society, for many parts of the world, you are expected to always be in a good mood, to go to work or school every day without having a single issue come up. You're expected to always act fully nice to someone you may not particularly like fully because it's proper social etiquette. There's this social assembly line and pattern you're expecting to follow every day if you want to be successful, and usually if you have days where you break down or do something that's out of the norm, such as getting emotional and crying in public or getting mad and cursing in public, you just feel so awkward and weird for standing out in that way because everyone else expects you not to be that way at all. I also want to add on to this for if you're a man, and I'm not trying to get controversial with gender issues here because both men and women each have struggles they have to go through every day, and I'm not trying to favor one over the other, but in my opinion, men do tend to have more pressure put onto them to not be expressive of emotions, because it's not seen as manly, or if you're a man and you cry or get sad over something that bothers you, then they tend to call you not a real man or are told to man up, or they question your sexuality and refer to you with homophobic slurs. This is why some men become depressed because they are pushed by society to be unemotional and to bottle up their emotions and problems. And the reason that I mention all of this is because furries tend to be primarily male, and this could be the reason furries can get very emotional sometimes amongst others within the community. To get a little darker here, I've seen many occasions where people in this community will either go on Twitter and make a bunch of posts or tell something and others that they just flat out hate themselves, and that they were self-harming by either cutting or biting or hitting, and that they're going to attempt suicide by either jumping off of a building or overdosing on pills. It's a very unfortunate and sad thing to see play out, and it's very concerning with how often I see it happen within the furry fandom. If you ever feel like you're the only one who gets sad a lot, then you're mistaken because everyone does from time to time get upset and sad. Even if you have everything you've ever wanted in life, from money or having the greatest friends or being super successful in whatever you're following, you're still going to have times where you'll be sad, some more so than others, but all of us will go through at least a little. Also, if you are someone who has been diagnosed with clinical depression, then you shouldn't blame yourself if you have times where you're just upset for no reason, because you don't have control over that. Now you can work towards handling it better when you're down, but that doesn't make you a bad person for trying and failing to stay positive. Just overall, still try your best to stay positive. But also, if you are a furry and do go through those dark thoughts and negative emotions, then please just talk to someone and don't keep it in. And please, please, please don't self-harm or consider suicide. I can't be there either emotionally or physically for all 6,000 of you watching, but I can assure you that there will definitely be someone out there to listen for every single one of you when you need it. And that overall wraps up this episode of SeetherTalks for today. How did you guys feel about the discussion of mental health within the furry community? Do you feel like it's important? Do you feel like it's not important? Let me know down in the comment section down below. If you enjoy my content and want to further help out my channel, please consider donating to my Patreon page and my Ko-fi, hitting that like button, turning on that notification bell, and subscribing altogether. I have been SeetherTalks, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everyone. And well, yeah, we're going to continue. Can I get over there? No, I can't. I almost cracked my head open by doing that nosedive right there. That wouldn't have been good at all.